Yep. Coming. About to leave, actually. But, coming to you from Shelby. This is where I imprinted World War V. Because I took the Vietnam veterans from Freedom Hill, Resurrection, down there in Pontiac, following, because this goes past the Sunco pipeline. So it goes somewhere around here. Well, yeah, it goes right past here because it's the Amazon. It's Amazon, and it's definitely Amazon, Boeing, CI. I mean, there's a lot of companies that benefit from the Sunco pipeline. And then there's all these businesses also who benefit from aquifers. So kind of like here. So like around here. So we're right next to Cherry Creek, and Cherry Creek is here on 24. So I'm like, as I sit here and just realize, the German the Jews, I call them German Jews because, they were the Hitler Germans who loved killing the Jews. And I was a Jew. Not I, but my grandmother. So it might have been my great grandmother. This is either so I think it would be my great grandmother. So I have to think back. So, but tonight I'm with my army dad. So my army dad was an army dad, and he was a reborn Christian. So that's my Jewish side. Comes from my dad's mother. So it comes from that side. So, but his dad was German. So, and I know that the German didn't rape my grandmother. So because my dad had love in his heart, and he was a reborn Christian, even though America and Michigan killed my dad. So just like they do so many soldiers, just purposely, intentionally steal their children. So and then they victimize their children because again they chose to, fight for liberty, America, to be free, but we're never free. So that's just the reality. We never have been free. So, the Brits and them bitches have owned us since the time of day, since they came into the nation, since they came into us. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so sick of it. It's evil, and I can spend this time in prayer, saying, God thanks me for the work that I do, because again, we're going to pay for this blowing the fuck out of Iran. So I'm like, clearly, obviously Trump had to. So, but I'm just like, nope, it's not going to go down like that though. So it's going to go down like we're terrorists, America. So, and you have to remember, though, if you're actually in America, you would realize that our politicians are the terrorists, not so much the people. So maybe these international people I talk about, that we have like hundreds of thousands of international here. So, and again, thousands or more are going to come through, because that's what's going on in Macomb County, the third largest county. But it's beyond Macomb. So I'm like, this is, and this does actually go back to the Polish, and because you got to remember during Hitler, that's when Detroit was alive, like, get the fuck out of here, bitches. No, I don't want to go back to 1827. That's Washington down here, stealing all the fucking bridges, and children need bridges off these busy ass roads, but instead, Redwood and these builders out here, these fucking nigger terrorists, robbing us. They get this money. So billions of dollars, just like this. This is part of Cherry Creek. And I'm like, okay, they got robbed, like the land I'm talking about. So not even just the land, the libraries, this affects our military, and see, God's crying. And I'm going to tell you why God's crying, because he's always, always, always going to choose our soldiers. So he's always going to choose that before these fucking niggers that are here robbing us, fucking robbing us on top of it. You don't even know goes here, Shelby Police? Why do you guys go around telling everybody, saying you're safe, you don't need a gun, it's just put your headphones in your ears and let us take you down to static land, where we don't have any kind of communication. So, because they're going to be static in the city. And that's not good because they already live in La La Land and Shelby. They got gangs, they got rapists, they got a lot of fucking drug activity going on. But they got a lot of that with their businesses. That's why I say, God don't like these niggers. You're not allowed to fucking rape children. So, I'm like, that's just what gets to go on here in, Italian Nazi land. Hey, they stole their libraries down that way. Oh, God. God hates these people. He just really does hate you. So, because you didn't have a right. See, they built themselves a community, but then they turn around and just, kill the child. See, that's what I mean. It's like my dad, even though they're Jew and German, right? My dad, I know it came from good. It doesn't mean all Germans are bad. Right, so, but my grandfather, see, that's German, right, and, okay, they are sickos, that's the one I said, raped his children, and now my brother, Matthew Snyder, and Shelby knows this, but Shelby don't give a shit. They love child rapists being able to get foreign women, so I'm like, they got all, it's just so evil. So my niece over here doesn't, this is how it goes, they get robbed, or these children that depend on these police officers. So, but I'm like, again, this is what happens. All of us just cry to yourself. Just cry to yourself, because these bitches behind here don't have trauma training. So neither does Clinton Township, neither does Sterling Heights. So, and actually, Shelby Police is twin to Sterling Heights. And then on top of it, just to think about it out loud, I'm just like, okay, niggers and Dearborn. So, the Lebanese motherfuckers. So, and then they made their ass way down here. And then you see how on my phone, I'm pulling up all those, that takes a while to go through that stuff, right? But they're like, here I'm asking for, of course they're going to shove it in me. I'm sick. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. The spirit is going to shove it into me because they know these niggers have all these underground tunnels. So from Dearborn working all the way to Utica. So, and I would be able, because again, they'll take them out. So that's what these fucking freak-ass Zionists do. They rob us. I'm telling you, the natives hate you. So that bloodline that's here absolutely hates you niggers and crackers here. You Zionists. So you little fucking rapists of damn Jesus. You rapists and murderers of Jesus. So that's what these people are. So because again, they decided a gigolo Jesus can come along and steal all kinds of children's chastities. Go fuck that shit for niggers to be over here with their amical oil. Like they robbed Romeo. I'm telling you, if Kid Rock does not come and save Romeo, we are fucked. I'm telling you, there's a lot of souls, POWs that, and then when I'm here with this one, I'm thinking of Stewart. So, because East Tawas, I saw Tawas. I was interested. It said Tawas natives. I'm like, I wonder if it means Tawas, Michigan. So, because I'm just like, I didn't, it wasn't so much the natives I picked up there, you guys. I picked up the Holy Spirit, but I picked up the soldiers. So, because in Tuscany, Stewart was a sergeant there down in Lakewood Shores, but he was attached to Warner Smith Air Force Base. So, I'm like, he's not a colonel. So, but he's one of these, recoordinated soldiers, basically. So, because, of course, they're fucking, I told you, these are spots. This is not a spot. Okay, this is just a bridge right here. This is not a portal hole for these dead soldiers that have been resurrected by God. So, I told you, when we are at war, God will send souls. That's because we can't get all these, but you will never be able to get all kinds of bones. Bones after so many decades do start, is in the animals eat it. Okay, you have to be really realistic. So, because they've already wasted trillions of dollars milking away World War I, World War II, Vietnam, all these wars, and we're about to be in World War V. So, you got to know the mitten. because the mitten is World War V. See how that is? 1, 2, 3. Because you got World War One. Okay, we all remember that, right? World War Two. Okay, we all remember that. Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. It's all Hitler. Okay, but we got to remember. So when we went to World War Three, which everybody thinks that's now, but really when World War Two was happening, fucking Hitler. Yes, America and the Germans and stuff like that. They did a little in Argentina, so they did a little switcheroo. So they gave him, so like I think like countries like Russia who think they got bones. Again, I'm telling you, it's all bullshit. So no, no, no. But and I never really thought the body was here in America, but anymore now, because I mean I knew that the DNA was here. It's in Huntsville. There's videos about it. And because it has to do with aerospace, but most importantly for me it has to do with the Tuscany Airmen, because the Tuscany Airmen are like the ghost soldiers. You have to understand, these are airmen. These are soldiers that acted and fooled the devil, the enemy. So like these guys knew they would purposely be asked. But I mean, you got to know the ghost soldiers, because those are the ones that what's the word? So I'm like, but that's again, when we are over here living in revelations of Hitler, what do you think is going to come back? Soldiers. All kinds of fucking soldiers that died, so this son of a fucking bitch could be like not coming back. So he's not alive. But when you got Nazism over here rebirthing fucking Hitler, and with Mr. Israel over here, and Israel's been doing this for a while. Like this was done after World War II. So, and I'm almost certain like his body is somewhere like Father Casey down there in Detroit. So I'm just like, they're weird. These people are sick asses, okay? You're not supposed to do that. And then when you idolize it, but it's worse. They did killings. They did, like, you got to remember, they're doing stuff with the blood. Because they would do with his body would be empty once he died. You know what I'm saying? Of old age, just like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Once he died, why can't we know about their lives? It's just like Jesus' life. We can't know about his teenage life. We can't know about his married life with Mary. You know what I'm saying? He had an intimate, and like, no, it's all the French lying and saying everybody went to fucking France. Nobody went to fucking France, you French little niggers. Okay? His wife didn't go to France. Nobody went to France. Okay, you guys played shit-ass games with the damn Antichrist. Because like, this involves the Catholics, too. So I'm just like, they did something. They've been doing stuff. So that's arousing their Antichrist. So that's kind of stuff that's the part Candace Owens probably doesn't know. So it's the whole Hitler, saying, not that it would be able to add up, and she would really be able to dig into it. Because this is what's going on in America. So while we're fucking bombing the hell out of Iran, just like we did Iraq, say, here we go. I'm like, we're allowing thousands of these fucking Arabs to come over here. And I'm like, it's beyond the Arabs, because you got to go back to the world wars. So again, they didn't allow the Hitler blood to die off. So that created Vietnam. So, and Vietnam was World War III, according to this Black Hawk pilot Marine, U.S. Marine, one who told me the Marine Corps is very racist. So, because she knew I had black and Arab children. So I'm just like, yeah, I know the fucking world is racist. I can't even believe I had mixed children. So I never would have had mixed children if I knew they would have to fucking live a life of hell. And we actually lived in good school districts. It's just like Shelby, just the Klan, Klan, it just lives very well here. You just shut your mouth up, bitch, because we are the type that will choke your ass out. That's what we get to do. So back over here praying. So, and I do got my Jesus candle. Oh no, don't burn my jacket. I'm just debating whether I want to drive over to Selfridge. So I was going to go to St. George, but no, they're telling me I'm going to go somewhere it's going to be Selfridge. Just sit and pray. So I've already imprinted dozens of hours here. So this has World War One. Whoops, excuse me. Okay, World War One. This is where World War One is, right over here. And then they got World War Two. See, right here, on this side. On the left side is World War One and World War Two. On this side over here is Well, I can't remember, honestly. I can't remember, but I know that side is World War One and World War Two because, again, I come here for my grandfather. My grandfather's shirk for that residence. 49411 Romeo Plank. $12 million is coming to Romeo Plank, but we can't save any fucking history, including World War One history. So, because again, that picture proves that there was a World War One soldier up in that house. So regretful. So, but because then we had World War Two, but then guess what? We had Vietnam, all in the honor of fucking Hitler. Oh my God! And then we had Iraq War, which was World War Four. So it's just according to this Black Hawk pilot Marine who did a thesis on it. So and got robbed. Didn't even get paid a lot of money. We get robbed here. So I'm like, but I can find this Marine. So she's a medium, like I'm a medium. She carries her soldiers in her fanny pack. It's her stomach. They allow her to. So they allow her. Like these people are alive too. Some people are alive. So this allows them to kinetic energy together. So again, okay, I'm not talking to the devil worshippers of Antichrist and believing in it's funny children are getting raped. So that's how it is here. So and I'm like this because they're very ill. Because I don't really think they do think child rape is, saying funny. I think their training is very poor here. So and that's it. And they just got a horrible dick system here. It's just beyond fixable. So it's way beyond. I'm like, hello? Okay, we got to talk about World War V by 2030. So by 2030, we're going to be in World War V, which is Iran. It's because of Iran. So I'm like, I mean, who knows? It could become sooner because in April, we have Stardust who's going to be fucking blanking us with chemicals over our skies. So, and then at the same time, for some reason, and these cats probably don't even know about it. So they're going to be like, because they don't know. Like this whole nigger system here that's robbing our oils and our aquifers and just like billions if not trillions dollars underground network. Like these niggers, they know how to work fast and quick. So you know what I'm saying. I mean, I just think it's because I can't imagine like a world underneath these tunnels. So I can imagine it being like very gross in a lot of areas, but they're using them with their fucking nigger ass businesses, like their concrete businesses, their fucking, oh God, because I'm telling you, these tunnels, besides they're all over fucking Detroit, but 8 Mile particularly, that's where they would go, because I mean, green light niggers, I always say it, you motherfuckers. Okay, like I said, as a teenager, I went to a middle school down there on 8 Mile, when it used to have an 8 Mile mall and stuff. So I'm like, I've been imprinted in Detroit, and I can't believe, like, you see how Detroit and their communities look. Yet you got these fucking niggers who created an underground world out there. So, and it goes Dearborn. And, the Ford, which is Hitler, he accepted in the Lebanese. So they accept in the Lebanese, and it's probably beyond Lebanese, right? But it wasn't the Arabs who did the tunnels in Dearborn. It was the Lebanese who did it because they came in, it was through Ford. And that's when they started taking, because they took a lot of the jobs of the Americans. So, and that was Lebanese. So Lebanese are way more evil than Arabs. I'm going to tell you, because I do tend to notice the Arabs are slaves out here. So again, the Arabs they always friendly because they're kind people. So same thing with the Muslims. They're kind people. So I can't say much for like the Zionists because again, you can't put a badge on and not have a heart and not care about children and women getting raped or crimes happening to because that's the whole purpose of having cops is to keep crime and we don't have any prevention. So I'm like we just don't have an open door. So fucking evil here. That's why I just come here and pray. I just got to pray in the Holy Ghost, Listen, you didn't even stop at the stop sign. Look at that. He's just flying. Yeah. So just like you just got to pray in the Holy Ghost because we don't even have a door to get help. And even if you get a door to help, let's say you go in to do a report, I don't even get that. So, but let's say you get that because you're not April Thigpen. So I'm like I'm April Thigpen. So I get like, bitch, we don't serve you or your kind. Bye. So pack my shit up. So prayer warriors, you know what I'm saying? I gave them the Jesus and the cross. What do you think they did with it? And flowers and, that's what kind of stuff I gave them. I was like, God, and they did take it. So, but now that, now my latest episode last year, this is in 2024, and this was the cheat too. This was higher ups because end up recognizing. All they did is make me cry. Because I'm just like, how, and we got a new judge. Of course you did. You're evil. Does it? Okay, there's not a statue if a child was victimized, saying 2020, 19, 18, saying, think about the years Governor Whitmore has been a governor. Right? You guys got to stop playing your little hateful ass clan games of like, well, unless we say you are raped, and these bitches can't even read and spell, so unless we say they're not trained in trauma informed care. So that's the biggest crisis too here. So like I said, there's no door. You don't have a fucking door. I'm over here praying indoors. Just so we know. I'm not harassing you. I had to pray in the doors. So because you motherfuckers are so untrained that you're just like, hey, and then it's like sick. I'm just like, oh God, you're turning us into witches. That's what you're doing. I'm like, you don't want to have a bunch of witches. Those are natives. So, and it's lots of natives. So pissed at you. So, and we are. Because again, at the end of the day, we know the niggers are in the ground. So, and they went all the way to Utica, and then those fucking niggers opened up 4 dispensaries, like I said. They got the fucking selling ethanol alcohol into puffs, all these guys, of course, and you guess who can get tickets off of it? Yeah. That's what the sheriff loves to do, and I started calling around. I call poison control everything. I told them about this. People don't give a shit. These cops don't care. They're like, yeah, you could get a ticket for it if there's ethanol, because it would. You know what I'm saying? But this is what Puff Dispenser gets away. I mean, Puff is like a gangster business. So I'm just like, in the same one up there in Oscoda. Because again, they had hired a drug lord by the name of Zach Miller. This is the dispensary up there in Oscoda. That fucking drug lord sold more than fucking cannabis. I'm telling you. So I'm like, he stole my cannabis. I never had no fucking bud tender steal my fucking damn cannabis. So he like took an eighth of mine, like an eighth of weed, or like a joint or something. It was like a little bit of weed, but enough of weed. Like, anyways, no dispensary ever fucking steals from you. So this fucking killer did purposely, because he didn't like me, because I was an advocate and they knew of me on aprilLove@JesusFoundMe.com. Yeah, niggers! I pray you right into my husband. You see the candle burning? Exactly. You enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus knows at the end of the day, he chooses us women. So because again, we're not meant to be owned by mankind. We're not meant to be strangled. We're not meant to be punched, hit, raped, nothing. We're not meant to be sinned on. You're not meant to pick your nasty sin and put it on fucking women. So you're sick asses. That's the reason why Jesus has to be here and had to be very present into this, these wombs and these portal holes. So because again, here they believe in naughty land. So it's a fucking crisis. They're all, and it is a lot like Hitler. It makes you fucking think like, what the, because, even like Trump blowing up and down, just what's going on in Venezuela, all over there. Like, are you fucking kidding me? No, here they're like, la, 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 la. I guarantee you, we're living in revelation of Hitler. And no matter what, people will have to, because you don't understand. They already created this. This is, Israel, the nut prime minister. This is, all those little Zionists. But it's not little. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's literally probably billions of Zionists who are betting into, they're the Antichrist. You have to remember, they're not just Zionists, they're Antichrist. They're betting into the death of America. So, because that's what it is. Kill America for Israel. And so why in the fuck would we have that no tradition for us when, again, World War I, World War II, soldiers fought the Japanese and these fucking nigger-ass terrorists over here, these yellow niggers, for fucking raping. So they were like, that's the reason why, there's many reasons why. My point is, they fought, they were left behind, they fought, So, but then you come over here and you got Iraqi, or this one you had the World on Terror. So the Global War on Terror. And I'm like, see, that's the important one because for here, because that's the one that was heavily violated here. Because again, it's owned by Randazzo, and Randazzo is very connected to DTE, and again, this very large rocket. That's why I talk about it. So I'm like, okay, we have to get back to the fact that, according to this Black Hawk Marine, and these Marines are now in Iran, lighting it up. And guess who they got their orders from? The Queen and the Queen. Those fucking nasty ass bitches attached to the Epstein. So they want to go after his, yeah, go ahead, fry my brother. You know what I'm saying? We're not no part of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And they are riding under Hitler. People just don't understand what that puts, and it's almost like Hitler mixed with Islamic Republic, these terrorists. So, because they all love being terrorists. So that's like, and again, they already did this stuff. This has been going on, the Hitler blood, since World War II. What have they all done? I'm trying not to fucking study it. I just get to know about it because, and messages come through because, again, I'm chaining myself to Lucifer. And by doing so of that, it allows me to get the souls, the sinners. So the souls that are like, because a lot of people are just waiting. So they're waiting for their next move. They're waiting for their answer. They're waiting. So you really don't want to be here after past 2030. So unless you're really ready to be a soldier, because no matter what. So, and I'm like, it's going to be sooner. I'm just saying that's when they say 2000. But something's coming way before then, I promise you. Why would Israel be allowed to be spraying our skies? Why would they be allowed to static our communication? So from all the way from Oakland to Macomb to Wayne to Genesee. So, and it's all because of these Democrats. They want to blame everything on the Republicans, but really the Democrats are way worse. So, because again, these ladies are not talking about how pipelines that are 70 years old are riding through, Washington, being robbed by DTE niggers and Amoco niggers. You got to remember, Amoco is Saudi Arabia. You fucking nigger. Every day you're going to be a fucking nigger. Saudi Arabians, they're definitely always going to be niggers here. And you don't even see these niggers. So again, it's their money and their war that's coming here. So, and it's through the entertainment. But see, at the same time, they know, because like I said, when they do this, they wire our fucking, so this is not a good example of Shelby, but Detroit is. So Detroit is completely wired, including the new bridge. So, because it has to do with Israel. It has to do with, the Jews, the chosen ones. It has to do with the entertainment. So what they don't understand is, like, that's blood money. You grew your city again. So you already grew it back in the day. You have to understand, Detroit grew because of Hitler. So, but then they brought in the naughty land. That's why you gotta kind of understand that Islamic video I watched today, because it kept, and how, again, I keep saying, they chose me. I'm a 1978 baby. That matters a lot when it comes to fighting the Islamic Republic, Antichrist. So, because again, all that shit is horrible. They're evil to women. We in America could be very much looking like Handmaid's Tale. So, and you want to know what that shit is about, just so you can kind of see what the hell. Like, if you don't want to be a conspiracist, don't be a conspiracist. But being left out and not knowing what the fuck to do to protect your family, you're going to be really regretting that, again, you didn't prepare. So, because again, they already chose to do this. So, and all this Iran is in honor killings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Israel does honor killings. And I get it, because you got to remember, I have that German Jew. So I had the regular Jew. So, but I had the German Jew. What I mean by that, that's some nasty fuckers like my grandfather, them incesty. And it was more than my grandfather. It was like aunts and uncles. They had relationships with their children. So again, they're incesting, like back to Hitler. So again, and you see what these guys did to their own children. So it's disgusting. So again, this is what we have here. So and then you're wondering, like, God has hates you guys. So what happens to all the children? Oh, just what I'm saying. It's so evil. There's nothing you can do because when these fucking devils get attached to your children, you just have this antichrist attached to your children. So I'm like, I'm a prayer warrior, but at the end of the day, my children's are their own souls. So like they have to want they gotta want to have that light in them. So I married Jesus. That always gives me the light. I died and resurrected with Jesus. So not because I'm special, but because that base, Warner Smith, that chapel was special. So that's what made it special. Because the Tuscany Airmen are in that chapel. So and definitely. So I have a picture of one. So he dates back. So I'm like, because sometimes I get to see. So, and, just like I got Stewart's, I think I say his name wrong. So, but I do have his name written down. So some of the soldiers I got to see. So, not see, but see. So, I mean, I don't see dead people. Oh, I do. I can't. But I'm just saying, like, in this course of, helping souls, pass over. So, because like I said, there's a lot of soul. That was the point, too. You got to remember why God drove these Tuscany soldiers back. They're confused, too. So, because they're back because I remember praying on it, and I just remember feeling the fear. I never prayed on a church before, and it was a chapel church, and I just remember the fear. So you're talking about soldiers who never feared, okay? They were Tuscany, they were bombers. They didn't even they're like, pa! Buttons, and they're like, like they flyer jets. I'm like, no, there was fear. So, like, legitimate fear. And I'm like, and I'm sure it's still there, even though it's still got to be a portal. It's still a portal. But I'm just saying, because that was the point of doing this, right? And, um it would be better if it's and honored, what I'm saying, it's not honored. But I mean, this is the reason why God started opening these portals. So I'm like, there's been more like dozens since I've been to that one location, but since that one, but that one's the most important here for this story, because again, it goes back to this rocket. It goes back to very important soldiers that fought these global wars. And now, what I'm saying, this is the scary, this is how the soldiers why they're scared is because they know they're fighting this AI antichrist. So this is something, and we're very already crossbreeded here in Michigan. Like Shelby already has crossbreeders here. That's meaning like you're mixed with AI and human. So you could thank Amazon for that, and the bald headed Amazon fucker. So I'm like, we're not like, we can't clone organs, but we can start fucking creating your own little soldiers. So, and I'm like, this goes back to, because I guarantee you, like, these guys are not going to necessarily know that it's a bigger plan that happens to everybody. Like these fucking Chaldeans and these Arabs that come here. So Lebanese, Syrian, Iran. So all these ones are like, kill America for Israel. So that's just like, because again, they come here with the attitude, my family, my this, I'm just saying, you got to know the language here. So, and then they fuck our damn soldiers over. So, and that's the reason why it's scary. So now you got a lot of angry ass soldiers, angry as shit. They want to fucking blow shit up. So I like, why do you think they're doing that? But nobody's talking about the mass loss of Jesus. Jesus is definitely talking about it. I promise you, the mass loss, because again, that's Jesus is out there. Jesus had a life with his wife out there. So these fuckers are out here just killing Jesus and honor killing. So because it has to do with Jerusalem. So I'm like, what I'm saying? They're over here, resurrecting another town. All this shit. Witchery. Just straight witchery. We will lose thousands and thousands of soldiers. So, and they're not even here. Not protecting our land. So when the thick shit goes blowing up, why? See, that's the setup. Have all our soldiers over there. So nothing here. And who I blame on this is our governor. So, and our attorney general. And like these charity people who are just like, no, we don't need, excuse me. Yes, we fucking do. We seriously need, and they're robbing our crude oil. So they're robbing our aquifers, they're robbing our water. It's a crisis, and no matter what, it's just a train wreck is not going to stop. I just feel like, okay, they already created military bases. We just got to take them back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Selfridge got to be taken back. No sense in putting billions of dollars into Lakeside, a.k.a. Dearborn. Go fuck you, Lebanese niggers. Are you kidding me? We were going to bring in the Lebanese niggers with the Jordan niggers are going to bring in billions of dollars of Saudi Arabia entertainment. Okay? Okay, God? You see Jesus? He's white here. Okay? We don't want you niggers inbreeding with our children. Okay? You're gross. And all you want to do is put your fucking sin on us, just like the Sicilians. Go fuck you bitches. If you cannot give your life to your wife, then you don't need a fucking damn woman. So again, be a faggot with the rest of the Baptists and the Islamic niggers. You have women bow down to you. You handmaid tail freaks. Again. You would think they would care and they would want to stop this shit. They don't care here. I'm telling you. They don't care. They don't care. Oh my God, they don't care. Well, I guess I can go to Selfridge. So, because it stopped raining. It's important. Yeah. It's the prayer. That's how it goes, God loves me. They fucking hate me. They really just hate me. Oh, shit. All right, Jesus, just come into their hearts. That's how you win them over. You just put that LOVE, the four corners of life, If you want to have one, you better have a wife. So that's how it goes. Give me my wife, you fucking bitches. Murdered my wife. That's what America did. Murdered my wife. Sick asses. Alright, keep me safe, man. I gotta go. Well, I could just keep it rolling because I don't really have any phone. Yeah, well, Shelby, interesting, in 2020, just so we know, rest in peace. So let's defund these bitches. So it's really defund them. Right? Purple hearts. Yeah, purple hearts matter. You have to understand, there's like way more purple hearts than they even know. So, because God has his list. See right there? There's Army and there's Navy. And they are forever serving. That's my wife, Dr. Catchings. So, Major Dr. Juanita Catchings. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I know. They don't fucking care. They're evil here. She would never come to Michigan. No. And Marines are in the middle. So that's where I met my children's father, was here. So at Selfridge. I'm a U.S. Marine for 30 years. As I'm told, So all I know is, just like up here, aerospace is poisoning down there. So, motherfuckers. So that's what I know. So this is what they get away with doing. So in the infrastructure to put salt, 41A district. Yeah, they get all their condos. They move in. So I'm like, and these guys, they don't care about what they want. Like, these wars, they make money. And so when we head this way, you got to understand, this is German. So this is the blood. And I just have to say Hitler. So because, again, it's hard. I don't like to even study this stuff. It starts making me, like, want to throw up. So, because I'm a Jew, don't even fucking get police protection here. They're evil as hell. So, there's your little Cherry Creek bitches. So, but the bigger bitches is down here. So, but I'm like, my boss is down here. So, we go past Mooney's, who told me it was Hitler. I almost got my ass beat in the fucking bathroom. So, like, why in the hell would both my bosses have me in a fucking pin in the bathroom? It was beyond me. It was my boss who, like, my one boss who actually had to grab and hold his brother down. Here's another fucking pump. You guys are niggers. And then they do the most shit-ass work. Right? So, that's how it goes. Antolin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. North America. So, do you have cars in the parking lot? Let's see, they don't even look like they have cars in the parking lot. They got a little bit. Oh, yeah, I guess they pay really good. Really good. Look at this big-ass building. Yeah, well, all I know is this power grid down here got significantly updated because of these businesses. So, your little fucking Steelers. So, because this is what they're allowed to do. Right over here, ITC. So you have to see where they decide to upgrade their grids. This is a big spot right here. So why? Because it's Shelby. Shelby is like sitting on trillions of green dollar fucking shit. This is how Shelby grew. With the Klan. With the fucking Klan. You are evil people. Fuck you. Like, we need the Klan. Like, we don't need soldiers. So, I didn't get beat by my husband and wife. I didn't get called names. I wasn't, even when I stayed home with my husband, with my kids and stuff, he never made me feel like, stone rich. They got such a with our fucking damn, coming soon. So they got such a down here with our fucking nursing retirement, because like I said, elder can sponsor. Who knows? But like literally millions of people will get to come in through that way. So, and of course these people are going to have their mouth shut. So, because again, they're escaping like mass wars and all that shit. But some reason they get to put all these subdivisions in, and nobody has to do the fucking roads. Even though they make literally shitload millions off these subdivisions. Because they buy the land real cheap. So then they turn around and frack it. So they steal it, survey it, and steal any resources they can find. Oil, aquifer, whatever. So a lot of these businesses are doing geo wells. So they're not even paying for heating and cooling. You definitely see the damage to the earth around it when they do these projects. Again, our township proves of it. They're not even talking about it. It ruins our infrastructure. So it ruins our land bases, our houses, you know what I'm saying? Because it causes the land to shift. And we are having shakes out here. They don't talk about it. So I'm like, because nobody's doing surveys and shit. Once the college took over, once Macomb took over, it was like, bye-bye. So that's when it starts being a educational, meaning doing the surveys for the hurricanes, and not hurricanes, but the earthquakes. So, and I'm like, it's dead out here. Look at it. So, but this is the Lutherans. So this is the Catholic Lutherans are the same, the Catholics and Lutherans. Myers is about to close, but here it is. This Meyer got broken into, like a window got smashed. But Myers again making millions of dollars off water. So, like, all these companies, businesses, frackers, like, it's nuts. Nobody even talks about it. Nobody talks about how, again, when Mother Earth has had enough, so in the mitten, it starts shaking even more, how, like, again, it will act like a sponge and just suck all the fucking damn the water up. So, and I'm like, we couldn't even, I'm like, you're talking about Clinton River wouldn't even be, passable. So you're talking about, St. Clair, because one half of St. Clair is not really transferable anymore, maybe to smaller boats, but even then I think they're having problems. So because there's areas that the water level is being depleted. So, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we don't talk about, again, how, see, there's my Monies, motherfuckers, yeah, fucking evil asses. And he's like, he's Hitler. That's what he got to say. And he was coachable saying this too. And that's no different. That's what's here. And here at the German church is fucking good old Hitler. So I'm like, these are the ones who got the genocide Bible. I can't fucking believe it. They got the history wall. That's why I like it. So, and that's where God showed me that, because when I'm learning about my nasty, you know what I'm saying? Is being down there, and because my grandpa, I'll never fucking damn get rid of my grandpa. These bitches are gross. They're incestors too. That's what the Lutherans are. Nasty bitches. So, you're not allowed to fucking damn molest your children. So, I don't know what's wrong with you white people who want to molest your children. It's disgusting. So down here, this is where they have another pipeline right here. This one came in right here. So, and I had to call twice on that one for a leak. So, I called the fire department. I had, because this is what they do. Shitty ass fucking damn projects. So they do half-ass work. So, because they don't give a fuck. So all down here. And I'm telling you right now, I know that other portal hole is out here. So I know it is. So I'm like, I want to know where it is. What is that? Hold on a minute. Let me turn around. I have to see something. I see something. I don't think it's here though. I think it's definitely over there on 23. Oh, it should turn there. I would never live here. So, and they're making a fucking killing. These builders, these houses are going for like $4,000+. It's insane. I don't even see new grid out here. So, like I said, the new grid is going to Washington and these databases. That's how it works with DTE and consumer energy. They allow all these houses come in because they're making a killing. They don't give a fuck what happens to these people. They don't give a fuck. I promise you. They don't give a fuck. They don't care what happens to us. Nobody gives a fuck. These guys are users, leechers. You know it. Cracklewood Golf Club. Oh, yeah. Okay, of course. Motherfuckers. Cracklewood Golf Club. Fucking evil asses.